Well, hello there and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about observables and observers, and I guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what they are and why they are going to be useful to us. So, think about what we've done so far. We have a service set up, and it picks up some data, an array of authors in this case, and returns it back, and then we can display it on the page. So everything is perfect. Why on earth do we need to introduce this new stuff? Everything was going so nice. Well, you see, with the situation that we created, we headed off to the service file. We immediately got the files or the information back. It was all very quick. To be technical, it was synchronous. Everything was all working in a straight line perfectly, no time delays, and it was all fantastic. However, in real life, it's not quite that easy. Sometimes there can be maybe a half second or a second delay between you and, the service going out to the API. Sometimes the service can return more than one little packet of information. Sometimes the different things that the service can return can have time delays, and they can all be of different lengths of time. Now, if this is all a bit confusing, don't worry. Let me show you a concrete example, and maybe that'll help you to see what this means. Alright, here's an interesting website that tests the SSL certificate on websites that you enter in, okay? No big deal, who cares what that means? Doesn't matter. And as a matter of fact, it's not even an Angular site, but we're going to pretend it's an Angular site just so that I can show you the type of problems that we can solve with observers and observables, okay? So, let's do test your server. And I'm going to chuck in https:// and I'll say www. Let me think. How about andertons.co.uk? Really good music website, okay? And I'm going to hit submit. Now imagine this is Angular. And the moment I'm hitting submit, it's sending a thing out to the service file, which is going to do API calls and who knows what else. And then it's going to report back, okay? Here we go. So, you can see that we are being told, please wait, right? Now, a message has came up, testing such and such. Oh, here's another. Sending, okay, it's just sent as a certificate of some sort. But look, the test is still continuing. Imagine the service file is still working. Now it's saying that we are 19% finished. You can see that it's carrying out other tests. We have no idea how long those tests will take. They're all taking different lengths of time. We don't even know how many tests there's going to be. Here's another one, testing poodle, whatever that is. Here's another one just came in, okay? So imagine that the service file is doing its thing. And as it does each of those things, it's sending a message back to the component saying, here you go, and look, now the service file has sent a message saying, I am finished. And so the component is saying, okay, what you got for me? No doubt the service file would say, well, it's an overall B, whatever that means. Here's some nice figures and whatnot. And yes, now we finally have a nice web page. That, my friends, is what the web is actually like. It's not always a straight line and instant and all of that stuff. Can you handle the vibe? I think you can. So the key points to note, there were delays in starting the service thing up. There were delays between each of the different tests, and as a matter of fact, we never even knew how many tests there were going to be. And so the code that we have created, as good as it may be, is not really ready for this type of scenario. Now, you could sit up for the next 2 days and try and write some code that would gracefully handle this type of thing. However, there is no need to do that. You can use observers and observables. So, what the hell are observers and observables? Well, just think about the word, right? Think about the word observe. It means to watch something or to look at something. If you are an observer, you're probably in the business of looking at something, watching something, or observing something. They all mean the same thing, right? That's what an observer is. And that's it. Something that observes something else. Now, what's an observable? Well, looking at the logic, something that has the ability to be observed. Maybe even something that was made to be observed. Something that's perfectly happy to be observed or looked at or watched, whatever works for you. Now, I happen to think that the late great Freddie Mercury is a fantastic example of a natural born observable. There's somebody who was very shy and awkward off stage, but when he was on stage, man, he was so in control. That was kind of like where he belonged. And those who were watching, you could think of those people as being observers. And this is actually a pretty helpful analogy, because when the observable dishes out information, the observers respond. Why don't you take a look and see for yourself? Okay, so I know that this is all a bit mad, and I hope that I can get away with this without being banned. But this very blurry picture here is Freddie Mercury on stage. Think about him as being the observable, and the audience members are observers. The job of the observable is to send out data. If you want, you can say to send out streams of data. And when that happens, the observers will respond. Check it out, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that the observable is sending out a stream of data that contains little packets of information. Notice that the observers are always responding appropriately whenever a little packet of data is received. Notice also that the observers have no idea how much time will pass between one little packet of data and the next one. They don't know. And as a matter of fact, the observers do not even know how long this data stream is going to last for. It might go on for another 2 minutes, but maybe it will finish in 10 seconds time. Who knows? All they know is that they will be ready for whatever may come and ready to respond appropriately. Now, I know that this is all a bit abstract and it seems a million miles from Angular, but if you can understand what I've just said, then I guarantee you can turn this into a code version of what we've just covered, and it's going to be very, very easy. So join me in the next video when we turn this observers and observables shenanigans into some solid Angular code. I'll catch you later.